Hello YouTube, it's your friend Ry here with another great video. For this video we're going to talk about the history of the town Cushing, Oklahoma. I'm not taking no credit of this. If you want to look it up, it's on Cushing Chamber of Congress. So let's get into this video. First up we got this Chamber of Commerce building on the picture there. Alright, there we go. Alright, the history of Cushing. Cushing was in the Sac Fox Nation Reserve. Opened to homesteaders on September 21st, 1891 by the Act of Legislature, and 1939, October 10th, was designed as Oklahoma Historical Day. In the run on September 22nd, 1891, William R. Little located a homestead of 160 acres on the present site of Cushing. Little than 38 years ago, was born in Illinois, came to Indian Territory for the first time in 1886, and the following year took a homestead in the southwest corner of Kansas, commuting it to Cass shortly before coming to Oklahoma again. On April 22, 1889, he entered the Sac Fox lands on the open day, and in a few days had fenced in his new homestead. His family consisted of his wife and two children, for whom he built a $400 house, rather plastered and consisting of a room 14 by 28 feet and a kitchen 14 by 16 feet. January 18th, more than a month before his house was complete, Little filed an application with the Guthrie Land Office to commute to Cass 80 acres of his land as a town site. A plate was filed with the application. Little made the application under the prophecy of the Act of May 2, 1890, by which Oklahoma Territory was established. According to the Act, the application should submit a plate of the perfect town site, showing not less than 10 acres reserved for parks, schools, and other public purposes. Patient for such reserved lands should be issued to the town when organized as Mokum Palat, we call it. The Secretary of the Interior, if he approved the plate, should issue to the application a permit for remaining lands in the town site. Upon payment of $10 per acre, sums so received should be paid over to the proper authorities of Metropolis, when organized to be used by them for school purpose only. Accompanied Little's application was a statement which pointed out there was no town nearer than 14 miles and no large town nearer than 40 miles. He mentioned several businesses enterprise wanted to locate in the purpose town, including a country store, a doctor with a drugstore, and a blacksmith. Little described his homestead as Rowan Perry. He said it was most valuable for agricultural purposes. Except in the 80 acres he desired for a town site, he said that, to his knowledge, there were on the homestead no indication of coal, solvents, or other materials. Tennessee T. Finley, representing in Congress, has suggested the name of the Cushing for the post office, for Marshall Cushing, and a private secretary to John Wanamaker, Postmaster, General Henderson Cabinet. Establishing of the Cushing town site was declared for a few months because of legal question and because of the quality of paper on which the plates were drawn. 1 June 25th, 1892, Horace Speed, Guthrie attorney, asked Commissioner T.H. Carter of the General Land Office to have the necessary exceptions sent at as early date as may be. On July 8th, he again wrote Carter saying that a large crop was being harvested in the nearby neighborhood of the prosperous town. Speed was afraid that if approval of the town site was left to a regular course of businesses, there might be an interim of some months. On August 6, 1892, the General Land Office returned the plate of Cushing to the Guthrie Land Office and directed that final cash certification as to transmit as once. 3 days later, Little paid $694 $2.80 for 69.48 acres, allowing 10.33 for parks, schools, and other public purposes. As specific on the plate, he was then positive to begin the sale of the lots on this tract, which was the original town site of Cushing. Such was the beginning of the Cushing, which by 1915 was nationally known for its oil field. That year, the Cushing fields produced more than 300,000 barrels per day, amounting to 17% of total quantity of oil marketing. In the U.S., 30% of the output of high-grade oil, approximately 3,600 producing wells were drilled in the field. The activity was unbelievable. 30 to 40 brick buildings were under construction at one time in downtown Cushing. Special trains from Tulsa brought men and equipment to Cushing, then were transported to the oil field by means of wagons and teams. Men slept everywhere they could on the floors of the buildings in the depot, and then in rental rooms. Throughout the town, almost every home rented rooms or had sleeping quarters for the people. Tents were placed everywhere on every vaccine lot in town to house men and equipment for horses and teams. Cushing boom was the talk of the county. The real impact of greatness of the oil field was not felt perhaps until the end of 1950, when there were 710 wells producing 72 million barrels of oil annually. This great oil field was over a year old before the petroleum trade realized its potential. During the period, Cushing, Oklahoma was known in the oil circles throughout the world. Peak produced in 1915 was 49,080,000 barrels of oil. So, if you guys want to look on this website, it is the Chamber of Congress of Cushing. That was the history of Cushing, Oklahoma. That's when they came to be Cushing now, that everyone knows about the oil and all that. So this is talking about how it became Cushing. Some guy named William R. Little made up the Cushing town with all these businesses, folks. And they took it to Guthrie to sign a plate. And that plate had to be shipped from a specific paper to get on. And then that's all you guys want to read and go on. So, until next time, please hit that subscribe button. And please hit that like. And please comment. Until next time, it's your host, Ry Hollingsworth, with another great video. See you guys next time.